Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Scott, obviously a pretty tight game until the final quarter. How pleased are you with your side's effort? And where do you think it kind of went wrong in that final quarter for you guys?
Yeah, look, our effort was commendable, but I don't think we managed the game from the start well. I think the first 25 minutes was poor from us. We didn't manage our kicking game like we usually do. Put us under pressure. We were able to come back towards the end of that first half by doing what we've done well: kicking game, pressure, playing in their half. And then the last 20 minutes, I think the Bulls' forward dominance, their set piece, they mauled us a lot today. I think it was just they scrummed us today. So I think it just eventually told in the last 10-15 minutes. Yeah, it didn't help. We had to make a lot of changes early on, which was difficult. You know, when you're making a whole bunch of changes at halftime already based on injury and concussion, it just doesn't allow for a lot of fluidity, you know. So yeah, quite a few things that didn't go our way today, but that was it. It just wasn't our day today.
Scott, the first 10-15 minutes you came out like a house on fire, and obviously you reaped the rewards as far as that's concerned. Was it a question of that the Bulls came back in the game, or was it a question rather that you let the Bulls come back into the game? Especially because at one stage you were, 9-10 points behind, and then suddenly in the second half you just flew away and just caught up. Just clarify that for me, please.
Yeah, look. The early parts of the first half, we were 6-0 up, and I think we had a penalty. I felt we should have taken another points for Paul's, gone 9-0. I know they had a yellow card, but it would have been a lot better. But I think that period, that from about 10 minutes to 30 minutes or so, I just felt we tried to do too much in our own half, and we allowed the Bulls to get back into the game. They won a few penalties. They started to drive us, and then we kind of corrected it a bit and got back into really not doing too much in our own half and really applying pressure down on the Bulls, and we were able to come back. So I felt that's how the first half went. I don't think we were consistent in the application of our kicking game and consistent in the application of where we wanted to play rugby, you know. And we hurt ourselves there, you know. We made a few errors in our own half, and the Bulls capitalized. They're a good team, and they do that. Put you under pressure, you give penalties away, they kick to touch, they maul you. I think that was the nature of the game, you know. And in the end, all that pressure at scrum time and that pressure at maul time, it takes a toll on the legs come in the last 20 minutes.
Any more questions, gentlemen?
Just a last question from me. I think it's fair to say that you're giant slayers, to use that expression, to some kind of a note. Where do you put yourself as far as the last part of this Currie Cup competition is concerned? Are there any other continuous type of performances like you had tonight that you could turn around? Because like you've just explained, you had the game in your hands for some time, and you could easily have just been the victors in a game like tonight. Where do you see yourself within the next parts of the game and running up to the end of this competition 2021?
Yeah, I think the key thing for us, man, is really just to regroup now and just make sure we get our players back on their feet. You know, we took the last 2 weeks or week and a half has been really devastating for us in terms of injury. We've lost a lot of players. Again, we lost a couple of guys tonight too. So I think we've got a week's break until next Wednesday before we play the Cheetahs. So it's important for me is that we just manage our players as best as possible now, get as many of them back on their feet so that we can really attack these last 3 games to ensure that we really make a push for it. I think that's the thing. We need to get back that momentum, and part of it's got to do with just players on feet. I think that's going to be the biggest thing, making sure we can have a proper squad going into that last 3 games.